Drake, this next point you sent over makes so much sense. It's really kind of a reality check in some ways. Students always want to be on their devices. It's 5 minutes before they leave the door, boom, they're on their devices. And you know this as a high school teacher. Um, what are some of the tips that you can use online learning to help kind of recapture a little bit of that attention that might be going directly to TikTok, for example?
Well, and that was one where, first off, because cell phones do get to be an issue sometimes in the classroom, I have little pockets that they can put them up there, and I did attendance by that. And and then occasionally they would walk over and see that there's a piece of candy in there. Oops, don't know how it got there. You put your cell phone away, you get the candy for it. Um, the ones that didn't, that wondered why their friends were eating candy. Uh, but they always wanted, because they're high schoolers. They're so in touch and in interacting with each other that they would be willing to do anything that last 5 minutes just to get their cell phone and be able to use it. So I'd back it up about 10 minutes and go, okay, there's a little mini lecture, or there's something I want you to put in your own words that we discussed today. And once you do that, then you can go ahead and jump onto your social medias if you want. And it was one I didn't have to police. I didn't have to sit there and look over, Johnny's head and go, okay, make sure you do it first, because like Google, I get that instant notification when they would send something in, or if it was ZipGrader, they'd bring it up, I'd scan it, it'd be done. Um, then they had the access to their devices, so it was a great way to sit there and go, all right, I know you're going to be on the device anyways. Let me put my education a little bit more out there for you, and then you can touch on it. And that came from my first principal that I had even before tech was this big into it, how long I've been teaching. But when I was a fifth grade teacher, I had a very active class, we'll say it. And he looked at me and he goes, sometimes they're like wild horses, because he used to be a rancher. He said, to be successful, you got to find out where they want to go. You get on your horse and you get in front of them and you lead them there. And I realized when I was dealing with tech and I'm going, I, that's all I care about is getting on there. I was like, okay, well, how do I get in front of it? Google Classroom was a great tool for that.
I think it's so smart, and it's something that I don't know if we touched on, but sometimes it really is the little things and the extra effort that a teacher does that really makes the difference in a student's life. So this is a tip that I think anybody can take away. And as you know, this is just a fact, right? Students want to use
Hmm.
technology on the whole, and as a teacher, you found a way to get your lessons on technology where they wanted to be, and I love the analogy that you used.